So if you haven't watched my other video on how I got fired from my 70,000 video editing job, you probably want to watch that video first. But in this video, I'm talking to you exactly what if you have no video edit experience? How exactly was I able to bounce back and get another video editing job? Well, I'm going to tell you that in this video. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Peter from Broke Visionary Collective, and I help you become a better content creator. I've edited videos for companies, organizations, startups to large corporations, and even influencers. That didn't go so well. So I started making content when I was pretty much in my last year of university. Around 2014 to 2015, all I did was I started making YouTube videos. And from there, I was able to slowly build up my skill of video editing because I saw that, wait, this is so new. I had a hunch that one day this has potential to have lots of job opportunities as well as lots of creators. Fast forward 10 years now, and everyone is creating a content. Everyone is a content creator. So why aren't you doing video editing as a job? So one of the easiest ways, to be honest, no one out of the bat is like, I'm going to be a freelance video editor. I have no experience. I'm going to jump out the cage and the clients are just going to come to me. Well, if you don't have any business chops, chances are that's going to be a big, harsh reality check for you. And it's going to be crickets. You think your video editing skills are great, or maybe you don't have any video experience at all and you don't know where to start. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. So one of the easiest ways to get a video editing job or start freelancing is to get a job, to get a full-time video editor job. And if you are a hustler and you don't have much of, experience, you kind of forget the dollar amount. Hear me out. If you don't have any experience, you don't know where to start, you're better off worrying about your money and, your finances elsewhere. Get a completely different job that you have, not really related, and use that to fund your passion. Because when you create content or you want to do video editing as a means to the end, you're going to start doing things like taking horrible clients. You're going to start taking jobs that you don't really want to take for video because now you have to pay your bills with video editing. And that is a scary and scarce place that I wish someone would have told me when I first started. So let's say when I started, I was a full-time cook. I worked at like fast food restaurants and I was able to save up money and I started freelancing on the side until that side became full-time and I started building up that skill and expertise and quite a decent looking CV. So companies would actually look at it and be like, this guy has experience in this, and this. I know exactly how that person can help me as a business owner. So let's say you don't have any experience. I'm going to jump into my computer over here and show you exactly what you're looking for, how you look for it, and how do you use that knowledge that they're posting on their job postings so you too can also start honing in on your skills. And if you are a video editor just starting out, you don't really want to look for things like Upwork, Fiverr. Well, you can, but it's very competitive and you're competing with people like overseas who are willing to take a lot less for the same amount of work. And what I recommend is you actually start looking locally, in-person jobs. So what you want to do is go to Google, right? And you start looking into your classified ads. One, let's do Craigslist, right? You want to go to the city you're in. I'm in Vancouver. And then what you want to do is you look in video editing. Put in video editing or video editor. And then two things that you can do. One, common sense, is look for it in the job section, right? So let's get into this. We're looking at, look at this. There's someone that's looking for a social media content creator. A little cautious about this talker here, but this might be an interesting opportunity if there is no experience, right? Just reach out, send an email. You never know what can happen. And all you need to do when it comes to applying jobs is you just need to reverse engineer what it is they're looking for. So they actually tell you, hey, send me a link to some of your work. You might need a portfolio. Tell me about your gear. Like, gear does matter. If someone's like, hey, I don't have a mirrorless camera, I can't shoot in 4K, that might be a problem. So making sure that you have, hey, I have the latest Sony camera, I have the latest Nikon camera that shoots in 4K, I have a gimbal, a tripod, a lighting setup, as well as audio, making sure that you have the basic necessities. And if you haven't yet, grab my free camera guide in the link description below to help you on that. And last is you want to rate, right? This is something that people are always like, hey, how much should I charge? What should I charge? Honestly, when you're just starting out, doesn't really matter, right? You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot and shoot so low. So go anywhere from, let's say, $20 an hour to $30 to $40 an hour. And you can always, negotiate. Don't be afraid of asking for more or lower. No one's going to be like, that is a ridiculous amount if they see the value in hiring you. Plan B is how you do this is the more the sneaky way is you go video editor or videographer and you look in services. And this is the reverse. You're actually looking at people professional or experienced at least, videographers and video editors that have experience. And you click on this and here they have their ad. You look at this is someone's ad here, this is another ad, and this is by people who are actually doing this, I would say, on a part-time or even a full-time basis. You can see what's their competitive rates, what's their quote, and don't be afraid to reach out and be like, hey, I'm looking for a video editor, videographer, how much do you charge? I'm looking for a video like this and this. And they'll get back to you with probably things like a media kit, ask you more questions, and you can start to feel, one, look at the way that they respond to emails, look at their, media kit packages, as well as look at their offers. Now, you can see it from both sides. You're like, this is a job posting by a company that needs videographers, and these are job postings by videographers, if that made sense. So you go into places like Indeed, right? Depending on where you are, there's also things like, Glassdoor for positions, depending on where you are in the world. But I'm just gonna punch in video editor, right? Vancouver, BC. And the cool thing about video searching up Indeed is it actually tells you a rough estimate of salary of what you can expect. And just like I did on Craigslist, what you can do is you reverse engineer all of their job experience, right? So you're like, okay, I don't know video editing. What exactly do I need and the skills that I need so I can start applying for jobs like these? So this one's like, okay, 2 years, right? You need to learn Adobe Suite, basic motion graphics, and having your own equipment, and full-time, part-time, permanent, casual, and freelance. So they're looking for contractors. This was, of course, the TLDR of how you actually get a job. But that's cool and all, but what kind of gear do I need, right? What are the best camera settings? All that, I have resources for you guys, for the people who are actually serious. I have 2 one-hour courses on 1, how to use your camera, even if it's Nikon, and 2, how I package, how I sell, and how I offer my services as a freelance videographer and, of course, as a full-time video editor and videographer. And I'm not here trying to be like, I'm going to sell you a package and I'm going to become, a person who doesn't video edit and just sells you guys stuff and I become like a thought leader. No, this is for the people who are actually serious, and I answer pretty much all your guys' questions in those resources for the people who actually want to learn. You'll get much more value than talking to me or answering a YouTube comment, because all the DMs I get, everything's always answered in these 2 resources. And yeah, so if this video helped you or even sparked your brain, you're like, how do I get into this career? How do I start making money from this? Is it possible? Yes, it is very possible. And getting a job is one of the easiest ways. Most people and colleagues that I work with, they get their first full-time video editing job in a company, in a startup first, and then they go out the doors and be like, hey, I built up my connections. Now I'm going to start freelancing. It's very rare the other way around, where someone just out the bat starts freelancing from the get go. They usually build up some sort of experience. And not everybody has entrepreneurial chops. You need to be aware of that. So, networking, one, as well as with learning on the job. Those are two things. But if you guys want more videos like this and where I give you guys my own experience, all the bad, the good, and the ugly, let me know in the comments below. And if this video was able to help you or you want more of these, leave a comment, slide in my DMs at BVCCO. I'm here to help you. And you're watching Broke Visionary Collective, where we all start with nothing, but you can always create something. Cheers, guys.